Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos plays Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Today we're starting Naoto's Chapter 6. I mean, it's not just her Chapter 6, but it's like Chapter 6 / Naoto instead of point 2.
As the clock strikes midnight.
Also, you're Junes.
It's just like the dark hour described in those documents.
How'd you get here? Weren't you at the cop station? Cop station, Chronos, not the police station. I take a deep breath and check my surroundings. First, I review the situation. I remain calm and collect as much data as I can. I should be able to put together a picture of what's going on.
No one's here yet. I'd have thought someone would have come straight to Junes.
Are there any gashes in the wall? From what I could tell on my way here, the town is utterly empty. Are you, Senpai, and the others all right? If this phenomenon is the same as the Dark Hour from the documents, then the only ones capable of moving about in it are Persona users like us. But why? If this was deliberately induced, then what is the culprit's aimed in doing so? Since my call with Labrys was cut off, I have no idea what about her safety either. Is the helicopter she and her companions were riding safe? And what happened to Mitsuru-san and her retinue? This is a dangerous line of thought. I actually did not know what retinue was until I played Crusader Kings 2, like years ago. Like I saw the word in that game, like I have no idea what the hell that means, and I looked it up. I'm losing my cool, and I can't help, I can't keep my thoughts straight. I'm a detective, and I'm no detective in this state.
Calm down. If I start worrying, there'll be no end to it.
I take another deep breath. I know already the red fog filling the area isn't poisonous at first blush. I did consider that the enemy might be employing an airbound toxin, but the whole town is covered in this stuff, and there's no way to move about while still avoiding it.
Still, it may be best to try not to breathe it in to the extent
I get a gas mask.
Huh? Naoto-kun?
Huh?
I'm thrown for a loop at being called to out of the blue. I was so lost and thought that my reaction is slightly delayed.
Chie-senpai, is that you?
No, but it's a fake GA.
Why?
Thank goodness you're safe. What about the others?
How should I know? They've got nothing to do with me.
A cheerful answer, the tone of which sounds like Chie-senpai, usual self, but her actual words ring a warning bell in my mind.
Senses seem untampered with. From which I take it that you are not Chie-senpai. Who are you?
Little old me? I'm Chie Satonaka, though I'm a fake one, based on the real Chie.
I see. So you make no effort to hide your true nature. And what are your intentions?
Probably to fight. What a foolish question, even for me. The town was covered in the strange red fog shortly after the disappearance of Mitsuru-san and her people, and now a false senpai, Chie-senpai, identical to the real thing, stands before me. I have no inkling as to the enemy's goal, but it is at least apparent that they expect to fight us in order to accomplish them.
Isn't it obvious? I came to fight you.
Woo!
Are you? Rather, is the culprit who created you the same one who seized Labrys? Or is it an accomplice of his?
I want information right now, even if what stands before me is an imitation. It is honestly answering me this much. I felt that it would be smarter to draw out as much information from it as possible.
You really are sharp, aren't you, Naoto-kun? But who cares about any of that? Persona!
What?
A familiar shadow takes form behind the fake Chie-senpai. Impossible. As close as these fakes are, they are not the genuine article, yet not only was this one able to summon the same persona that Chie-senpai uses, it did so in the real world. What in the world is going on here? After dodging the attack, I jump back and draw the gun at my side. This is no illusion. That was a heavy strike that with considerable weight behind it.
Did I surprise you? Sorry, I meant it as a little read.
It seems the circumstances are different from before. What sort of scheme is unfolding now?
Solving that's supposed to be the detective's job.
She's right.
Get yourself hurt.
So you have no intention of providing answers. Very well.
Ooh, now that's our Now-chan. It's so convenient for us that you catch on quick.
I guess?
Is that General Teddy?
You understand without me having to explain, right? Thanks for
It's the first time this game.
participating in the P-1 Climax. Now then, on to Now-chan's first round. Obviously, this is a serious battle with nowhere to run. Oh, by the way, Mid-chan and the others you're looking for were smushed and captured by me, General
I think
Teddy.
Naoto saw that, didn't she?
In other words, if you keep winning in the tournament, you might be able to save them.
Though I had to consider this a possibility, I can't help but furrow my brow at General Teddy's words. So Mitsuru-san and her team were indeed captured. The Shadow Operatives are professionals when it comes to Shadow-related matters, so if our opponent captured them so easily, then we clearly cannot afford to underestimate him.
And you can use your persona too, Naoto-kun. Well then, bring on the ring!
Immediately after the fake's cry, red pillars appear midair, surrounding us. They swiftly fall, embedding themselves into the ground. So this is the ring this time. I can surmise the basic rules. It's fair to say invisible walls stretch between the two pillars, or the pillars, and I will not be able to proceed until the match is completed. In which case, there is only one option open to me.
It seems I haven't time to waste, so I won't bother holding back. Persona!
Naoto's like the only competent one.
That's the Naoto-kun I know! That makes it even more fun crushing you!
I wouldn't be so certain. You can never win against me.
Alright, let's hopefully not lose. We never did Naoto's story either. I did want to kind of do it. Maybe in the future, we'll see. I guess I would have found out that the Persona 3 cast would have don't use their invokers anymore. In Mitsuru and Akihiko's story. I thought they weren't using it in the tournament to begin with, because they were in the TV world, right? See how like the P4 cast doesn't use invokers or anything like that when they summon them. Kind of thought that was because of the TV world. But apparently they don't need them, because I kind of thought they were still using them in real world circumstances. Which is, I thought, was the reason why they could use them in the real world, because of the invokers, right? I'm getting my ass kicked. Kind of. There we go. Hopefully. Oh, shoot him!
Okay.
Whoa, where'd you pull that out? No, seriously, where the hell did you get that minigun from?
What a miraculous victory!
Well, it was like a probably submachine gun, right? Not a minigun.
Oh, I lost. Well, I guess that's enough.
As I said, you cannot win against me.
But
Our
seriously,
forms can be mimicked, but you can never replicate our inner drive.
this is true, but also, what the hell did Chie do to that shadow she fought of Yukiko? Because seriously, every other shadow that we fought, it's been like, oh, you got me, blah, and then died. The one Chie fought literally screamed in despair. Like, what did she do? It was strong, though I wore a brave face to imitate my opponent. Had I put one foot wrong, it could have been me who was defeated. For some reason, I feel much more exhausted than I remember being in the case when I would fight inside the TV world. Is it because of my opponent's abilities, or...
This is a setup.
There is a mighty cracking sound, and the red pillars to the four sides of me shatter. I've evidently emerged the victor without any problems, and gained the right to proceed. As that happens, the false Chie-senpai begins to disintegrate before my eyes. It must have been created by tampering with the shadow.
What is that?
What appears to be grains of light float up from the rapidly dissolving fake. They form a ribbon of light, drawing an arc in the sky, and drift away in a particular direction as if drawn to something. Thinking back upon the battle, I believe I saw similar grains of light whenever my persona and the fakes would clash. What are they? Could they be fragments of something? So not energy, maybe, but... Well, maybe energy, but like persona energy. When I follow the light with my eyes, I can scarcely believe what I see. There is an enormous and bizarrely shaped structure which has no place in a rural town or anywhere else in the real world.
Is that the hill where Yasogami High is? The orbs of light are gathering there.
Something's off. The opponent's methods are different from Labyrinth's case. They're challenging us head on. The salient aspect of this case are the red fogs enveloping the real world, a giant tower atop Yasogami High, the grains of light that appear in battle, and the strange exhaustion I feel. Suddenly, something pops into my mind. Those documents I obtained from public safety, one of them detailed the past case involving Mitsuru-san's team involving a giant tower that only appeared during a special period of time. If I recall correctly, it was called Tartarus. That aberrant tower was built to call for something monstrous. Is it possible that...
Is the culprit of this case intending to...
What? Oh!
I must ask that you not needlessly inquire further. Now is not yet the time.
Impossible! This was unlike my encounter with the false Chie-senpai. I was paying close attention to my surroundings. Yet this man suddenly appeared behind me, as if from thin air.
Naoto Shirogane, you will be making your exit here. Die.
You better not kill her! A clear voice pierces the red fog, and the next sound that reaches my ears is what seems to be a blade slicing the air. Okay, well, I'm gonna assume she does not die, because I'd be very upset about that. Cornered, okay. Well, I'm gonna go right into Naoto's, because I want to see the Adachi's rules, huh? Yeah, we'll go to Naoto next. The strike I barely dodged grazes my cheek and slices through the air. The pain of the initial blow, which struck my back, is beginning to affect my breathing. My throat constricts, and I have difficulty getting in air to my lungs. Only by force of will do I keep them from blacking out as I look towards my assailant, who now approaches me. A young man, and he wears a Yasogami High uniform. Does he? What is with the uniform protocol at this goddamn school? Everyone's uniform is different. How can you tell?
You dodged. Such a struggle you put up. You're wasting my time.
Good.
Who are you?
Let's show.
I am Minazuki. Show Minazuki. I am the one who will destroy you, the Kirijo fools, and this world.
And apparently he doesn't know to get closer to the mic, because his voice is very low.
So, you're the ones who captured Mitsuru-san and...
Yes, I caught them off guard, just as I did with you here. It seems you're not very perceptive.
Nah, I think he used a trick. So Mitsuru-san and her people have fallen into the enemy's hands after all. It's hard to believe. Is this young man truly the mastermind behind these incidents?
Though your intuition is impressive, for you to discern our plan after only one battle.
It's an absurd scheme. What are you trying to summon with that tower?
I gather that his plan is far more dreadful than what I had imagined at the start. That grotesque tower called Tartarus, which was brought forth to call upon something inhuman. What if the culprit in this case also intends to summoning something to this world? And what if the reason our enemy makes no move to hide the fakes and challenge us to legitimate fights is because they need to gather something before that plan can be achieved?
Don't get me wrong. That in itself is not my objective. All I want is to grant a wish.
A wish? Whose?
There's no need for you to know.
This isn't good. He's already close enough for his attack to reach me. I'm still suffering from his early strike. Mizusuki's next blow will certainly cost me my life. Shoot him? I need to buy whatever time I can.
Kidnapped Labyrinth and attempted to collect our personas before, but that's not the case this time. You're using Mitsuru-san and her team as hostages, and you've prepared fake versions of us to fight.
In just a day, you're at least productive.
There's only one reason why you'd create such elaborate imitations of us, even to the point of summoning personas, and have them challenge us. You set this entire scenario up so that we wouldn't think twice about fighting.
That's right. Everything was set up from the start. It's the same rules as last time. After drumming that impression into our heads, our opponent admits outright that they're fake. As a result, I had stopped trying to figure out the motivation behind their actions. Since they had taken hostages and rat-warped this town, we concluded that we had no choice but to play along, and we were willing to fight without further hesitation. But I suspect Show must be gaining those shining particles I saw early through our battles with the fakes.
Again, your intuition is impressive.
She is like
By forcing
a
you to
detective.
fight in this fog, I am carving off bits of your personas.
Carving off our personas.
I've said too much. It seems our guests of honor have arrived.
Show turns his gaze to the sky and narrows his eyes as if looking beyond the red fog. Simultaneously, the faint sound of a helicopter becomes
I
evident.
enjoyed my time with you. If the opportunity arises again, I'd like to speak with you further.
Didn't you want to kill her? With that, Minazuki gracefully puts distance between us. The moment there's enough space for someone to intrude between us, a shadow comes dancing down from the sky, as if awaiting that exact moment. I'm assuming it's Labris and, Yukari.
Labris?
Don't worry now, Takun, I gotcha.
Labris, don't let your guard down. He's the one who attacked Surasan's group.
This guy?
Our guests of honor have arrived. I've been waiting for you, Shadow Operatives.
Oh yeah, he kidnapped their leader. Labris stands between Minazuki and myself as if shielding me. It seems I've been spared the worst case scenario. Maybe. The sound of the helicopter rudders still remain in the sky above us. It appears to be slowly descending. I strongly suspect that a plume of dust is installed in that helicopter. I recall an entry in the public safety documents explaining how a plume of dust would enable machinery to continue functioning, even in supernatural spacetimes where no other electronics would work. Makes sense? It's unlike me to let my mind wander into matters of parascience. Perhaps it's relief. It's the relief at my life no longer being in
Who
peril.
are you? Why are you doing all this?
Who am I? That constant question. It's quite intriguing that a machine created for suppressing shadows would ask you.
What? Speak up!
What?
But first, let me see the rest of you.
As Minazuki keeps his eyes on Labris, a black liquid shadow rises from behind him, instantly ascending to the helicopter. It's a shadow, no. A persona? And it means to take down that helicopter.
No! Yukari-san! Cancun!
Labris cries out in desperation. Persona users, though they may be, they are still human. If they go down with the helicopter they'll be grievously wounded at best.
Persona!
An unfamiliar woman's voice calls out from within the helicopter. At once, a tremendous gust of wind swirls about the helicopter, repelling the black shadow's ambush at the last second.
Quite the persona you say. However,
Yukari-san, he's winding up for another one! We're getting off, Koromaru!
You brought the dog? Just as the whirlwind dies down, an attack originating from within the helicopter speeds towards Minazuki's persona, which was primed to attack again. Amazing! What a perfectly timed maneuver. The surrounding fog lifts up, and as the personas clash at each other, those grains of light that Minazuki is after disperse. At the same time, three figures jump out of the helicopter and descend towards us. The whir of the helicopter's rudder's decrease, which I take it to mean it's flying off somewhere. So then, its objective from the start was to drop these people off. Ken, you aged a lot in 2 years, dog. I mean, it happens. I've been there. But still, it's kind of surprising. I look once again at the two new arrivals and the animal that have descended upon the full. Why are you dressed like that, Yukari? I knew who they are. After all, it was only a moment ago I was at Intima Station reviewing documents pertaining to them.
That was close. But now that we're here, you don't get to do whatever you want anymore. Naoto Shirogane, right?
Are you all okay? We'll handle this.
Obviously, they are older than the pictures in the documents, but the woman is Yukari Takaba. The convoy is Kanamata, and the Snow White Shiba following closely at Ken-kun's heels is Koromaru-san. They were all involved in an incident which occurred when Mitsuru-san was in high school, and though they are not officially numbered members, they are Persona users on the Shadow Operatives Emergency Suppression Unit, the auxiliary staff.
Labrys, I'm trusting Naoto-kun with you.
But why are you dressed as a Power Ranger?
Gotcha! You don't have to worry about a thing now. So you're our enemy. You won't escape now.
The three of them fan out to Minazuki's left and right, readying themselves for combat. Such efficient tactical movements, all while never dropping their guard. I wonder how often one must face death in order to become like them.
Players have finally gathered. It's nice to meet you. I am Minazuki.
Minazuki, sure. I'm just gonna call you Sho.
To his world. I wanted to meet you all, especially Kirijo. You are the ones who killed his father, after all.
Whoa!
What's he talking about?
I have no idea.
Who knows? I don't really care either.
Yeah! Go,
I have
Ken!
no intention of fighting you now. I only wished to see your face.
Also, Ken, your voice sounds a little different. His world. Sho's phrasing catches my attention. This could be an important clue to the culprit's motives. Could Sho mean that he instigated this in order to avenge someone whose parent or parents were killed? Perhaps he's seeking revenge on the Shadow Operatives. No, that's not right. Given that they took Mitsuru-san's group hostage and summoned the others here, it seems more likely that Sho wants revenge on Mitsuru-san and her associates from high school.
I'll be heading back now. Take your time here.
When Sho raises his hands, a different voice echoes from further in. It's a voice I know only too well.
Don't get the wrong idea. I'll be your opponent.
What's going on? Another Naoto-kun?
Don't be deceived. That's an imitation of me.
An imitation? Huh. That sounds like the kind of dirty trick they'd pull.
Yeah, a little bit.
Seems I'll be facing those who are participating in the Grand Prix for the first time. I hate to waste time. So let's simply begin now.
Bring on the ring!
My doppelganger raises one hand to the sky. It means to summon the red pillars that form the arena. I'm still too badly injured to dodge this, but I can't allow all of us to be trapped here.
Everyone, get away from me! Hurry!
Yukari-san, Koromaru, spread out!
Yukari-san, Ken-kun, and Kurama-san jump back in response to my warning shouts. Labrys, on the other hand, maintains her position, shielding me, making no attempts at all to move. Ah, I see now. Yukari-san told Labrys that I'm trusting Naoto-kun with you, and Labrys would never abandon her duties. Yukari-san and Ken-kun understand that as well, and so Labrys was not mentioned when... Wait, what? So Labrys was not mentioned when Ken gave the order to spread out. A very efficient teamwork. I feel that I understand the secret behind the Shadow Operatives' strength somewhat. So I'm assuming we're going to be playing as Labrys then. The four red pillars that fall from the sky embedded themselves firmly into the food court's floor and release a dull light. Man, the amount of damage these rods are going to be costing this town is kind of probably going to be immense, right? Thank goodness Yukari-san and the others seem to have escaped the pillar's field of influence.
What's going on? Wait, what the? Where's the culprit?
What? Wait, when did he...
Now that they mention it, I too realize for the first time that Sho is nowhere to be seen. Sho's presence is completely gone. It vanished from the area just as suddenly as it appeared behind me. So teleportation?
Like I said, I'll be your opponent. Don't worry. A version of myself so close to death, and the machine who's just joined Shadow Operatives would be pretty sorry for her. So just this once, while no attacks are still allowed from outside, I'll agree to fight whoever enters the arena. Of course, once you pass those red pillars, invisible walls prevent anyone until I'm defeated in single combat.
Invisible walls. That's just ridiculous. No!
Yukari-san tries to take a step forward and hits her head badly on the invisible wall. Perhaps I gave them too much credit before. It's possible that these shadow operatives are, in fact, surprisingly careless.
This is just like the last P-1 Grand Prix, except we're in the real world.
Hello! General Teddy here. Long time no see, Labby-chan. Oh, don't look so shocked. Let's see if I can guess what...
But why are you taking the form of General Teddy?
No! You're supposed to be my shadow. What? Or something like that.
Is that...
Was it a budget
David's
thing?
Persona user Teddy? He doesn't look like a bear to me.
He just looks like a plush mascot. Is he dressed
I mean,
up
he
like that
is.
on purpose?
You there! Silence in the peanut gallery! How dare you call my bona fides into question? I'll have you know I look terrific!
Yeah, but why are you so... But why? Like, why? If you are a fake Teddy, that is like... I'm assuming the one that Show's working with, right? The one that was talking to him? The other voice that we heard in the first Persona 4 arena? That's probably you, right? Why are you so... Teddy?
Crap, he heard me.
This is your last chance to push your luck like that. Labby-chan and Now-chan aren't getting out of here until you win a one-on-one fight. So, are you okay with that? Are you gonna move on without your friends? Hurry up and decide whether you're gonna enter the ring or not.
But she was just gonna try, but she hit her head.
Will you shut up? Fine, let's do this. I'll go in and...
No, please move on. Huh? You can't let him provoke you. The culprit's aim is to make us fight against our doubles, thereby carving off our personas.
Carve off our personas?
Well, like energy, bits.
Mitsuru-san and the others are within the tower on the hill. It won't be easy, but try and avoid combat with the imitations as you rescue
Why don't we
them.
just not use our personas?
Okay, Labrys.
I mean, I guess that
leave
would
the
be
rest to
hard.
you.
But, like, Labyrinth is super strong, right? So she could just probably crush fake Naoto without using her persona, yeah? They literally just met!
That's not true.
What about it is untrue? For it seems to me that the others moved on, leaving you two alone.
You clearly have no understanding of the bonds between people.
Yeah, what she said. They didn't ditch us. Yukari-san believes in me, so that's why she trusted me to take care of Naoto-kun.
That, and you could probably kill this fake without, like, a persona.
And that's why I'm gonna make sure to knock you out of the park myself.
But that would work, right? I would imagine it would work. But, like, fighting without the use of persona? Actually, this is the first time we played as Labrys with her persona, yeah? We always never had a persona with her.
Finally.
But I still think we shouldn't use the persona, yeah? Oh, is that the charge attack? It is! Oh, you were invisible. What? You dodged? There we go. It's not as strong as when you used it on me. There's the bull. Did she block? No, she did not. Also, Labrys is pretty good.
Whew. Even I was excited. Congratulations.
By the way, I'm still bleeding out.
What a fantastic battle! We must have gathered a good many persona fragments just from that alone.
Probably, maybe, yeah? Can you just grab them? Like, the other me melts into a puddle in the center of the food court. It's a most unpleasant sight to behold. I hear a cracking sound and turn to see the red pillars that had trapped us shatter. The invisible walls should be gone as well, but...
Was it okay, Naoto-kun? We ended up fighting this thing.
There was no getting around it. Our enemy has Mitsuru-san, her friends, and this town
There was no
hostage.
getting around it. That's why I told the others to
Besides,
leave.
We had no means of escape.
So, everything was set up perfect. Who do you think that Minazuki guy is?
I don't know, but...
I can't help but fall to my knees from the pain I'd forgotten about. I haven't completely recovered from Show's strike yet. Did he slice you or just hit you? Labrys probably lends me her shoulder. This may be an odd thing to say, but it's at times like this that I truly feel I've made friends. Not that I've ever said such things in front of my senpai.
Thank you, Labrys. You truly saved my life.
Come on, no need to thank me. I told you it was my turn to help you guys out. But what about you, Kunanan?
We inform each other of what's happened up to this point and exchange information. Labrys' team was investigating Inaba Pass, where Mitsuru-san's group went missing, and were headed here after filling up on gas. While we spoke on the phone, midnight struck, and she saw the change in the town from the air. It seems that red fog suddenly rose up to cover the town, and a giant tower appeared on the hill where Yasogami High is situated. In addition to Yukari-san, Ken-kun, and Kuromaya-san, there's a man in town by the name of Junpei Iori, whom they haven't yet been able to meet up with. All told, the Shadow Opera has sent 4 people, or rather 3 people and a dog.
Just like I thought. Though that fake you was a tough customer.
Not really.
What in the world are they?
The imitations seem to be crafted from shadows. I'm astonished that they can even copy our persona abilities.
That's a little weird.
That aside, let's hurry, Labrys. There's actually something I could.
So I'm assuming he didn't actually slash you then, right? He probably hit you?
Huh?
It made it sound like he slashed you.
That young man Minazuki's true objective. He's gathering persona fragments from us in an attempt to summon something hideous.
Something hideous?
Indeed. He'll use the tower looming on the hill, just as Tartarus was used when Mitsuru-san and her friends were in high school. I don't know what in particular he intends to bring forth, but there's no denying that his aim is something along those lines.
Really? Oh yeah, I actually felt something odd about that guy myself.
I mean, he is odd.
Odd? In what way?
Well, when I got close to him, I felt something strange. It was exactly like the feeling I get from those plumes of dust we have as cores.
Oh, is he a robot too?
Oh. Does this mean he had a plume of dusk in his possession?
Not exactly. It wasn't that he had one on him. It was more like it was synced up with his heart. It felt just like ours do.
Okay.
Synced with his heart?
He used the persona, yeah? Wasn't a shadow, or it might have been a shadow, but they said it was a persona. So it wasn't the dude that talked to us at the end of the Persona 4 arena, right? I don't understand. The Plume of Dusk was integrated into the core of Labrys and her sister, Unagi-san. It plays a role of a heart in their mechanical bodies. But that man, Sho, seemed to be no different from us at first glance. What could it mean that she detected the Plume of Dusk in him? The faint light that's been scattered everywhere is gathering now, and it's starting to see the outline of the truth. But there are still missing pieces. If we rescue Mitsuru-san's group and learn what they know, then I expect we'll be able to reach some sort of conclusion. Labrys looks into my eyes as I'm lost in thought and smiles to try and cheer me up.
Relax. We'll never lose. You saw us fight earlier, right? Yukari-san and Ken-kun can really kick some ass.
Labrys speaks with satisfaction and with a proud look on her face. It's a far cry from the Labrys I first met a few days ago.
Seems you've made some wonderful friends, Labrys.
Huh?
Oh, she's blushing.
You think it's okay for me to think of him that way? It's kinda embarrassing.
I mean, probably.
That's how it is at the start. Once you come to realize it, though, you'll find that it turns to a warm feeling within you.
Huh. Is that how it was for you, Naoto-kun?
Who knows? Perhaps
Yes.
it was.
Yes, it was. I recall when I first met my senpai and a wiry smile formed on my lips. Feeling a little bit embarrassed at this, I pull the brim of my hat down over my eyes. It's not just Labrys, the same is true for me and many of others I've never met. We all go through this process to find what's precious and irreplaceable to us.
Let's go rendezvous with the others.
Well, I'm glad I didn't try to kill off Naoto. That would have been very disappointing. To be continued. So I guess the only one next is Yu's continuation, right? Was it Yu or Chie? It is Yu. Okay. Branching from Chie. I mean, they're all there. Huh. Okay. So that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, press like below. If you're not subscribed yet, why don't you have my videos so I can check out some of the content, see if it's to your liking. Once again, thank you for watching, and hope you all have a great day.